Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I will apologize ahead of time, I am a little sick, so the audio might be a little funky. But today we are doing a favorite deck of mine. We are doing Chronomalies. These are ancient artifacts that combine to create these really cool XYZ monsters that I will soon show you. Before we do, make sure to like and subscribe. As of recording this, we are sitting at 98 subscribers, and I would love to hit that 100 mark before my 1-year anniversary next week. So without further ado, make sure to like the video, comment down below, and let's hop into the deck profile. Starting it off, I play 3 copies of Chronomaly Monsters. Now, Monsters is your main normal summon in the deck. When it is normal summon, you can add any Chronomaly card from your deck to your hand except for Monsters. Usually here, this is one of your few ways to get your Trilithion or your Esperanza Glyph. So he's a very important search. He also has the effect that when he's in the graveyard, if all monsters you control are Chronomaly monsters, you can special summon this in defense position. However, you cannot activate cards or effects during the turn you activate this, except for Chronomaly cards and effects. You can only use one of those effects per turn, and only once per turn. Really great, he's your main starter for the deck. We then play 3 copies of Chronomaly Magella Globe. This is a new one that came out of Dama. You contribute this card to special summon a Chronomaly monster from your deck except for Magella Globe. If this card is in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you can banish one Chronomaly card from your graveyard except for Magella Globe and add this card to your hand. So it recurs itself as well as allowing you to e-tele any one from your deck. There's plenty that you can go into from this. Usually I either go for the Tuspa Rocket or the Golden Jet. So really great card to kind of dig in for whatever Chronomaly you need. I then play 3 copies of Chronomaly Gordian Knot. When this card is normal summon special, a Chronomaly from your hand, if you do this card's level, becomes the current level of that special summon monster. So Gordian Knot gives you a free XYZ monster, assuming that you have another one in hand. So really great card. It lets you get into rank 5s really easily, as well as getting a free summon of something like a Magella Globe to then tribute off and get something else from deck. We then play 3 copies of Chronomaly Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull has the effect that if you control a face-up Chronomaly monster, you can discard this card to the grave to add a Chronomaly monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except Crystal Skull. This is a hard once per turn. This is a good search. It can get you something like a Chronomaly Moai, or if you haven't null summoned, you can go for Gordian Knot or a Nebra Disc. So, overall, really great search card for the deck. Next, we do play 3 copies of Chronomaly Moai. It is a free special summon as long as you control a face-up Chronomaly monster, which lets you get into your rank 5s a lot easier. So, really great 3 of. This one, I still am not sure about the ratios. I've thought about taking it out for other cards. I've thought about maybe dropping it to 2, but it's Aztec Mask Golem. During your turn, if you have activated a Chronomaly spell previously this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only control 1. So you're only playing 1 Chronomaly spell, and it's your Trilithion. But that gives you free XYZ material, and if you summon 1, use it for an XYZ material, you can summon another one. I like it at 3, just for the free body. It gets me out of some situations, but I can also see taking this out for extra interruption. We then play 2 copies of Chronomaly Tuspa Rocket. When start as normal or special summon, send a Chronomaly monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. Then target 1 face-up monster on the field. It loses attack equal to the level/rank of the monster sent to the grave times 200. And then a number XYZ monster that has this as material can attack twice on monsters. This is a really great card. It's foolish for something like I Can Borrow Figures, but it also helps when you're setting up combos to use with something like your Chronomaly Vin Mana. It's a really great card, but it is also just a normal summon that doesn't get you much, which is why you usually summon it off from Magella Globe. Next, for the one-ofs, I play 1 copy of Golden Jet. Once per turn, you can increase the level of all Chronomaly monsters you currently control by 1. Usually, the only time I use this is to go into a play with Cyber Dragon Nova into infinity, because it and a couple of your other Chronomalies are light machines. Otherwise, it's not too great. You usually summon it off of that Magella Globe. Play one copy of Akambar Figures. If a Chronomaly monster you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, discard this card instead. If this card is in your grave, pay 1,000 life points to special summon it, but return it to the hand during the end phase. You cannot special summon monsters from this turn you activate this effect, except for Chronomaly Monsters. So it does lock you in, but it is a free level 5 body to go into some of your XEs. Plus it's protection if you happen to get it into your hand, so really good card. That is it for the actual Chronomaly monsters. I do play some hand traps in this deck. I play 2 Ghost Bell, 2 Ash Blossom, and 1 Nibiru. The Nibiru is in here, mainly because if things go really bad turn 1, I can just go into a Gallic Granite, search it, and pray. But yeah, it does have room for hand traps, and like I said, if you don't want that Aztec Masculine, you can easily take it out and put some more hand traps in. Moving on to the spells, play 3 copies of Chronomaly Temple Trilithion. If you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are Chronomaly, you can pay 500 life points to immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a Chronomaly monster from your hand. If a Chronomaly or number Xyz monster you control would activate an effect by detaching material, you can send this card to the grave instead of one of those materials. So really great card. It helps you get into a lot of your Xyz plays. This is normally what you search off of your Nebra disc, since it would then let you immediately, if you have another level 4, you can just normal summon the level 4. This is also what lets you activate your Aztec Mask Golem. We then play 1 copy of Called by the Grave, because the slightest interruption can really ruin this deck. 1 Harpies, 1 Double or Nothing, we do play the Utopia double package in here, and 1 Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial has so many good uses in this deck, whether it's sending Akambar Figures, sending a Magella Globe, sending something for Magella Globe's effect, or even just sending a Nebra Disc so that it can summon itself. Just really great card for this deck. That's it for the spells, and moving on for the traps. Play 3 copies of Chronomaly Esperanza Glyph. This was another new one in Dama, much like the spell. During the main phase, target an Xyz monster card you control or in your graveyard. Special summon 2 Chronomalies that are 1 level higher than that monster's rank from your hand, deck, or grave, but negate their effects, and immediately after this effect resolves, Xyz summon a Chronomaly Xyz monster using only those 2 monsters. Effectively, if you have any rank 4, you can immediately go into Vinmana or Machu Mech for free with this trap card. Really great support. It lets you get some interruption with Vinmana on your opponent's turn. So I really like it. That's why it's a good card to play at 3. Finally, I do play 3 Imperm. Like I said, you don't get too many interruptions in this deck, so Imperm really helps ensuring that your opponent doesn't get to combo off if you end up going second. Moving on to the extra deck. We play 2 copies of Chronomaly Chateau Huyuk. It takes 2 level 4 Chronomaly Monsters. Once per turn, during either player's turn, detach 1 Xyz material from this card and then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, change its attack to 0 until the end of this turn. You contribute 1 Chronomaly monster, then target 1 monster your opponent controls whose current attack is different from its original attack, and destroy it. Really great. It is a quick effect, meaning that it allows you to, whether it's slow down an opponent's attack or even just defend yourself a little bit more. Really great way to kind of hold them off. It also works well with one of the boss monsters of the deck, Chronomaly Machu Mech, number 33. It takes 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between its original attack and current attack, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to the damage inflicted. So, in combination with Chateau Huyuk, you can get some big damage this way. It really helps you if you're trying to go for the OTK. If you're not going for an OTK, you're trying to control the game a little more, I play 2 copies of Vinmana. Another card from Dama. Once per turn, it takes 2 level 5 monsters, and once per turn, quick effect, target one face-up monster on the field, and one Xyz monster or Chronomaly monster in your grave. That monster on the field gains half the attack of the monster that's in the grave. Then attach that monster from the grave to this card as material. Once per turn, your opponent activates a monster effect. You can detach 2 materials from this card and negate the activation. It doesn't destroy, but it is a monster negate, which is the only one this deck has. So, it's a decent card. If you're able to make a rank 5 out of light machines, you definitely want to go for the Nova Infinity line, but this is definitely a decent backup. Plus, you can summon it off of the trap. We then play one copy of Chaos Atlantis. This is what you send off of your Tusper Rocket if you already have Akambara figures in the grave. So it just gets your opponent's monster really small, or if you have Vin Mana, it makes your Vin Mana very big. One Zeus. It's next to each deck. You play Zeus. We do play an extended Utopia package, so one Utopia the double, one Utopia the lightning. I tend to brick, so if I get the double or nothing, then that's kind of useless. So I have to go into Utopia the lightning, or I just end up not going into double or Utopia at all. I'll go into something else, but it's there in case I need it. We do play Nova and Infinity, because we can summon them off of the light machine monsters that we have with Golden Jet. Play one Abyss Dweller, one Gallant Granite, and one Bagusta. All of which are just generic rank 4. Feel free to replace any of these with any rank 4 that you think is better. I've seen Cowboy. I've tried Redoer's a decent one to try. But yeah, that is the deck. I hope you all enjoyed. Once again, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will try to keep churning out videos, hopefully when I am not currently sick. Once again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.